May 5th, walking with God. I've already done 2 other videos. The Lord is really speaking through me today, and He has this prophetic word for you right now. It's from Hebrews 11:23. A courageous mother. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hidden 3 months by his parents, because they saw him as a beautiful child, and they were not afraid of the king's command. You may never have heard her name, but Moses, her mother, one of the greatest mothers of all time, Jochebed is her name. Jochebed was a mother of courage. When Moses was born, the Pharaoh had decreed that all Hebrew baby boys would be killed. Willing to risk the wrath of the king, Jochebed made a watertight basket and placed Moses at the river at the time of the Egyptian princess would be at the banks. With her daughter watching from a distance, Jochebed trusted that the baby's cries would warm the hearts of the princess just in time to save her son. By placing her precious infant in the Nile River, Jochebed showed great courage and faith. She risked much to save her son so that she could raise him to honor God. She became the palace nurse and reared her son to fear God in spite of the Egyptian godlessness. Christian parenting takes courage. Society will draw our children away from the godly values that we want to instill within them. Like Jochebed, we can set our fears aside and risk everything and anything necessary to teach our children to follow in Jesus Christ. So, a mother's heart is a child's schoolroom. And there's a reason why parents love their kids. And there should be that bond, especially when you carry that life within you and you dedicate your life to your children in the best way you can, and you live for your children. That's a perfect example right there. On a more personal note, anyone that has been, listening to me knows what I've been going through. I'm not trying to get a pity party. I don't like having everyone know my business, but this is speaking to a certain few that because of this group and because of X's mother that did it, that spent deceased father pension on literally trying to destroy me, trying to hurt me, taking my kids away, lying on my name, making me look like I'm some type of monster. And I'm not. I dedicate my life to my children, and I always have. My little boy, he's an autistic 6-year-old. Us, sign right there. We are bonded. Very, very strong. I spent my entire giving him all of my love, all of my affection, all of my teachings, all of my love. I played with him nonstop, and he was difficult to handle, but I loved doing it. It probably fell apart because we couldn't go out. Nobody wanted to watch him because he was difficult to handle, but I didn't mind because I loved him. I still love him. And because of this woman, my ex's mother, they decided they'd do everything possible to slander my name, to make me look like a monster, to take these kids away so that I would suffer. But they're not thinking about what they're doing. My little boy is desperately wanting to see his mother. I can feel it. I can feel it in my soul, in my very essence. I can feel it, that he's missing his mother. And he can't understand why he can't see his mom. But they're purposely doing this selfishly for their own needs, their own plans, to try to teach me a lesson, to keep me under control, to hurt me in any way they can, knowing that I have such a strong bond with this little boy. I'll give you an example of the kind of mother I am. I was one time in a campground a year ago because I was homeless because the father abandoned us. He saw these little boys playing baseball, and he wanted to go over and play baseball. I'm like, go ahead. I coached him. I coached him how to be social, because special kids like that, they need extra coaching, and it takes a village to raise someone like that. But with disabilities, You know this. It takes a village. Father of my children is purposely keeping him away from me and my family, blocking us on the phone, even trying to make me look like something I'm not. Oh, I have a restraining order on her because she attacked me. 300-pound man. I weigh all of 115, 120 pounds. You're a Navy man, and you have to call the cops for someone like me assaulting you, dude. Really? It just makes you look a certain way, and it's not favorable, I'm just saying. For the record, I never touched him. I gave him a hug, if that. I've been trying to make peace with this man, with this whole thing. I mean, even before all this, I wrote him a nice letter. 2 nice letters, actually. Stating exactly what I'm saying to you now. And every single text message that I sent was trying to lift him up because he has low self-esteem, obviously. I've done everything to try to help. And this can be proven. It's already proven. He's like literally acting as if I'm supposed to act towards him, but flipping it so that it looks like I'm the bad guy. When the whole time I have been doing everything in the upright. I don't care if you want to be with me or not. I don't care. I care about my kids. I care about my son and the well-being of my son. He's needing his mother. Please stop standing in the way of us. You can collaborate with me. You can work with me so that we have the best out for my son. You can easily meet at the playground for an hour so he can see his mother. You don't have to block me. You don't have to make me look a certain way. You don't have to drag my name through the mud. I've done everything to prove myself. Everything. I've been evaluated twice. Going to therapy, just a way to prove that I'm doing everything possible. On the edge, you get abandoned and your whole life gets ripped out from underneath your feet. Most people, in general, would probably be broken. I don't look like what I went through. I was homeless. I lost my freaking toenails because the place that I was living was septic. Do you feel good having your baby's mama and the 2 kids live like that? So what you doing? You're not helping. Please, let me see my son. Let me see my son. I don't care how you feel about me. What's important is the children. You should be doing everything possible as a father, as a mother, sister, brother. You should be doing whatever it takes for the best well-being of that child, especially if there's special needs. Over to the little boys playing baseball, and they start making fun of them. Over to them, and I said, I calmly explained to them, I said, he's special, okay? You need to be nice to him. It's gonna hurt you to just teach him a little bit of baseball for 15 minutes. Play with him for a little bit. And they understood a gift when it comes to communication and helping people to understand. And I'm thankful for that gift. Especially children. I have a way with children and animals. I'm meant to be a teacher, a mother, a guide. In my purpose, I want my job back. It was stolen by a lie. I said, I explained it. And I said, okay. I mean, that's what I would do for my son. I want the best for him. And what he's having now is not the best. He's trying to understand why he can't see his mother. Frankly, I'm trying to understand why I can't see him either. Why this man that I've been with for 10 years, all of a sudden, after everything that I've done him in my house when he was homeless for the kids. Because it's not about how I feel or even how you feel, sir or ma'am. It's about the future. It's about these children. Right? I'm begging you, just do what's right. For my son. Please, just let me see my son. Dedicated my life to making his life the happiest that I could. And I did my best to teach him everything I could in the time I had. And now that he's older, I'm sure. Thanks to me. Thanks to the love I put in. Thanks to the attention I put in. This man abandons us, and then all of a sudden he gets custody? Make it make sense. Child services, if I was really that monster, this 12-point bullet list of BS that you had to do against me, because they paid, they used a dead man's money that's supposed to go towards his son, his well-being of his grandkid, his only grandson, to wreck their mother, tear the family apart, and possibly traumatize a little boy with special needs. Bravo. Bravo. Proud of yourself. Now's the time to do what's right. Let me see my son. He needs me. And I need him. If I was really that neglectful, why did they have everything they needed? Even to the point where I went without. Do you know how difficult it is to raise an infant and a special needs autistic little boy all by yourself, living in a campground? I had a fence around my trailer. That boy would just hop right over it. Trying to keep him in one place while trying to care for an infant. I mean, I did it. And anyone that would look at me would say, yes, she's struggling, but look at her kids. They're well taken care of. It's been documented. Still weigh, 180 pounds during that one summer. All of a sudden, it's a miracle. I lost all that weight. Why do you think that is? It had to do with how much I was running around with my head cut off and making sure that my children came first. Sometimes I wouldn't even eat. Professional juggler. Professional trudger. Right here. Very few people could do what I did and what I'm still capable of doing. He can barely handle one. Who's grown. Never mind do two by yourself. Friend. It's not easy by any means. Professional. Bam, right here. Absolutely every need was taken care of, especially emotionally loving. Not just the physical needs, because it takes more than just the physical needs for a child's well-being. That my son was so devastated when his own father abandoned him and couldn't understand why the family wasn't together. I literally had to put things in perspective for him in the way that his mind worked. I'm his mother. I know him better than anyone. After I explained it in the certain way that I am alone capable of doing, happy again, my boy came back. Because it was a while there, he was acting out. He couldn't understand. He's like, where's Daddy? Why are we not at the house anymore? I even brought my son to see his father. His father picked him up and put him back in the back seat and says, I know, buddy, I'm sorry. No, I can't take you right now. Well, what was more important than seeing your son? This is what kind of person has my son now. And if he really did care about the well-being of his kids, like he says he does, and he says he's willing to work with me, if that was true, I would be seeing my son right now. It's been 2 months since I even spoke on the phone with him. You made a mistake by giving my children over to this man whose only concern is for himself. And I'm fighting for my children here. And I'll do whatever it takes. Why were they clean, fed? He was in school. He had all his doctor's appointments. I even took him to summer programs. And because he is special needs and has special classes for counseling, physical therapy and stuff like that, in order for him to maintain his level over the summer with understanding what's going on for his speech, for everything, I worked with him, read with him, taught him about. I did it. We had teachers come to the house to work with him, and they were shocked. They said, what did you do, Mom? He's even better than he was before summer started. Make it make sense. I was the one person the most attention, the most lessons, actually helping this little boy the most in his life, the one person was taken out of his life over jealousy, spite, anger, whatever it was. And the main culprit is his own father. A freaking covert narcissist can wear the mask professionally. I don't even know if he knows who he really is, because he's had to wear so many masks. For a while, you successfully fooled me, successfully fooled the system, and now you're trying to play the victim. Because everything that I've done and said is proof. It's in the pudding. Want me to spoon feed it to you, little man baby? Like I said, I don't care how you feel about me. It's not about me. It's not about you. Do what's best for my little boy. Even if it's for an hour at a playground. Let me see my boy, and let my boy see me. All this time, grew up, 6 years old. That whole time, you knew that I was the main caregiver. I did everything for those kids, including taking care of your ass. Did all the shopping. Did all the cleaning. Watched the kids constantly while you were just a babysitter for 2 hours and you couldn't even stand that. You know the truth. Karma is a bitch. Because God is on my side as well. I did everything for that boy. Now I ask you, if any one of those things that you had listed about how neglectful and how much of a monster that you say I am, then how come they're healthy? They were happy. Possibly that it's a lie. Exactly why it's a lie. Do the right thing. Let me see my boy. Do what's right for him.